Imagine hiring a man for $400 to pretend to be your boyfriend, only to discover he's worth $18 billion. Serena Vale walks into her penthouse and finds a complete stranger standing barefoot in her kitchen, drinking orange juice straight from the carton. His name is Adrian. Just Adrian. And because of one badly timed comment from her best friend, Serena comes to the only conclusion that makes sense to her. He's the man her friend hired for her. So Serena gives him an offer. $400. One afternoon. Pretend to be her boyfriend at a charity luncheon and make her cheating ex jealous. Adrian looks at the money and accepts. There's just one tiny problem. Adrian isn't a call boy. He's Adrian Cross, one of the richest and most powerful men in the world. And instead of correcting Serena, he decides to play along. But at the luncheon, when billionaires start walking up to him and calling him boss, Serena realizes she may have just made the most embarrassing mistake of her life. At exactly 11:17 on a bright Tuesday morning, Serena Vale discovered a strange man standing in her kitchen, drinking orange juice directly from the carton. Not a glass. Not a cup. The carton. Serena stopped so suddenly that one of her heels nearly betrayed her. "Excuse me?" The stranger lowered the carton. He was tall, maybe 32, wearing black trousers, a white shirt with the sleeves rolled to his elbows, and an expression suggesting he had never apologized for anything in his life.
He looked at the carton.
Then at Serena. "Good orange juice." "That is my orange juice." "I assumed so. It was in your refrigerator." Serena stared at him. Sunlight poured through the enormous windows of her penthouse, making everything painfully visible, including the fact that a complete stranger was standing barefoot on her marble floor. She grabbed the nearest potential weapon, a banana. The man raised an eyebrow. "Is that for me?" "It can be." That sounded threatening. "It was supposed to." Serena pointed the banana toward the door. "Who are you?" "Adrian." "Adrian what?" "Just Adrian." That is exactly what suspicious people say. He smiled. And annoyingly, it was a very good smile. Serena lowered the banana slightly. Then she remembered something. Her best friend, Maya, had called earlier that morning. Serena had been complaining about her disastrous dating life. Maya had laughed and said, "Maybe I'll send you someone who actually knows how to treat a woman." Serena's eyes widened.
Oh, no.
She slowly looked Adrian up and down. The expensive-looking watch, the confident posture, the ridiculous face, the mysterious first-name-only introduction. It suddenly made sense. Serena folded her arms. "Maya sent you." Adrian paused. "Maya? My friend." "I know several Mayas." "Of course you do." He frowned. Serena nodded knowingly. "So, how does this work?" Adrian blinked. "How does what work?" "The arrangement." His eyebrows climbed. "What arrangement?" Serena sighed. Apparently, he was going to make her say it. "You're a call boy." Silence. Outside, somewhere far below the penthouse, a car horn sounded. Adrian stared at her. Serena stared back. Then Adrian looked behind himself as though another man might be standing there. "Me?" "Yes, you." His mouth twitched. "Interesting. Don't make it weird." "I'm not making it weird. You're smiling." "I'm trying very hard not to." Serena placed the banana on the counter. "Look, I don't know what Maya told you, but I'm not interested in whatever you normally do." "That's disappointing." She glared. His smile widened. Serena continued. "I have a charity luncheon at noon. My ex-fiancé will be there with his new girlfriend, and I refuse to arrive alone while he walks around looking smug." Adrian leaned against the counter. "So you need a date. A fake date. And you want me?" "You're already here." Strong argument. She pointed at him. "No flirting." "Understood. No touching unless necessary." "Define necessary." "You'll know." "Dangerous rule." "And absolutely no kissing." Adrian nodded seriously. "That one sounds particularly important." "It is." "Anything else?"
Yes.
"Stop smiling like that." "I'll try." She grabbed her handbag. "How much?" Adrian stared at her. "For the afternoon." "How much are you offering?" Serena named a number. Adrian's eyebrows rose. She misunderstood his reaction. Too low.
No. Good.
It's just been a while since anyone offered to pay me that little. Serena rolled her eyes. Confidence. Wonderful. What Serena didn't know was that Adrian Cross had been inside her penthouse because her older brother had given him the access code. What she also didn't know was that Adrian Cross wasn't a call boy. He was the founder and controlling shareholder of Cross Meridian Group, a private investment empire with interests in shipping, technology, hotels, energy, and banking. Business magazines estimated his personal fortune at $11 billion. They were wrong. It was closer to 18. Adrian had spent the morning inspecting a luxury hotel his company was quietly acquiring 2 blocks away. Serena's brother Daniel, one of Adrian's oldest friends, had told him to wait at Serena's penthouse while Daniel finished a meeting downstairs. Daniel had neglected to tell Serena, and now Adrian had been hired for the afternoon. For $400. He found this extremely entertaining, so he followed her. 20 minutes later, Serena and Adrian entered the garden terrace of the Beaumont Hotel. The luncheon was already underway. Champagne glasses sparkled beneath white umbrellas. Wealthy donors wandered between tables decorated with roses. A string quartet played beside a fountain. Everything screamed money. Serena hated it. "There," she whispered. Adrian followed her gaze. A handsome man in a pale suit stood beside a blonde woman. "That's your ex?" "Victor." Adrian studied him. "He looks like he practices smiling in mirrors." Serena nearly laughed. "Please behave." "I am behaving." "You've been here 12 seconds. Personal record." Victor noticed them. His smile immediately tightened. "Serena." He approached. "Victor." His eyes moved to Adrian. "And you are?" Before Adrian could answer, Serena slipped her arm through his. "My boyfriend." Adrian looked down at her. "Boyfriend?" Serena squeezed his arm hard. Adrian understood. He smiled warmly. "Adrian." Victor shook his hand, then frowned. "Have we met?" "Possibly." "You look familiar." "I have one of those faces." Serena almost choked. Adrian Cross had appeared on magazine covers. Victor clearly couldn't place him.
Perfect.
Victor's girlfriend approached. "This is Chloe," Victor said. Introductions were exchanged. Then Victor looked at Adrian's watch. His expression changed. "That's a Vacheron Constantine." Adrian glanced at his wrist. "Is it?" Victor laughed uncertainly. "You don't know? It tells time." That was enough information for me. Serena stared at Adrian. Victor stared harder. "That model costs nearly $200,000. Serena's head snapped around. Adrian calmly adjusted his cuff. "Does it?" Victor laughed. "Fake." Adrian smiled. "Probably." Serena wanted to disappear. The moment Victor walked away, she dragged Adrian behind a flower arrangement. "You're wearing a fake $200,000 watch?"
No.
"You just said." "I said probably." "Why would a call boy own that?" Adrian considered this. "Excellent financial planning?" She narrowed her eyes. Before she could interrogate him further, an elderly man approaching them suddenly stopped. His face went pale. Serena recognized him immediately. Marcus Ellington, oil billionaire. Estimated fortune, $6 billion. The man who made senators wait for appointments. Marcus looked directly at Adrian. Then something unbelievable happened. His posture straightened. "Mr. Cross." Adrian's playful expression disappeared. "Marcus." Marcus extended both hands respectfully. "I didn't know you were attending." "I wasn't planning to. We've been trying to reach your office." "I know. Our board approved the revised terms." "Good." Marcus hesitated. "Would you have 10 minutes?" "Not today." Marcus immediately nodded. "Of course." Then he looked at Serena. "And congratulations." Serena blinked. "For what?" Marcus smiled. "Anyone important enough to steal Adrian away from business must be remarkable." He walked off. Serena slowly turned. Adrian was suddenly fascinated by the fountain. "Adrian." "Yes." "Who was that?" "Marcus." "I know his name." Several guests looked over. Serena lowered her voice. "Why did Marcus Ellington act like you were his boss?" Adrian slipped his hands into his pockets. That's a complicated question. You have 5 seconds to make it uncomplicated. Before he could answer, another voice interrupted. Boss. Serena froze. A younger man hurried across the terrace. She recognized him too. Ethan Cole, 38 years old. Technology billionaire. The man practically jogged toward Adrian. Boss. Thank God. Serena's mouth fell open. Ethan handed Adrian a phone. Singapore is threatening to pull out. Adrian glanced at the screen. Let them. Ethan stared. What? Let them pull out. That's a $900 million contract. They need us more than we need them. Ethan thought for a moment, then smiled. That's why you're the boss. He hurried away. Serena remained perfectly still. Adrian handed her a glass of champagne from a passing tray. You look like you need this. She accepted it automatically, then whispered, What exactly do you do? Adrian smiled. That depends. On what? Whether you're still paying me $400. Serena dragged Adrian into an empty conference room. The door slammed behind them. Talk. Adrian sat comfortably on the edge of the table. You're angry. I hired a billionaire as a call boy. Technically, you assumed. You accepted the money. You haven't actually paid me. That is not helping.
He laughed.
Serena grabbed her phone. She searched his name. Adrian Cross. The results appeared instantly. Photographs. Magazine covers. Business articles. One headline read, The Invisible King of Global Finance. Another, Adrian Cross. The Billionaires fear. Serena slowly looked up. You're worth $18 billion? Adrian tilted his head. That article is old. Her eyes widened. You're worth more? Can we focus on the important issue? What could possibly be more important? You threatened me with a banana. Serena covered her face. Oh my God. Adrian laughed. You thought I was a call boy. You were drinking juice in my kitchen. That seems like weak evidence. You said Maya might have sent you. I said I knew several Mayas. Serena began pacing. And I told you not to kiss me. Yes. I offered you $400. Yes. I called your watch fake. Victor called it fake. I believed him. Unfortunately.
She stopped.
Why didn't you tell me? Adrian's expression softened. Because you treated me normally. She stared at him. Normally? You attacked me with fruit. That's normal. For me? Surprisingly refreshing.
His phone rang.
He looked at the screen. Ignored it. It rang again. Ignored. Again. Serena glanced at it. Shouldn't you answer?
No.
It might be important. It's always important. The phone rang a 4th time. Serena snatched it from his hand. Serena. She answered. Hello. A frantic male voice exploded through the speaker. Adrian, where are you? The Dubai delegation moved the meeting. Ellington wants approval, Tokyo needs signatures, and there are 3 CEOs in the lobby. Serena held the phone away from her ear. Silence. Who is this? Serena. Another silence. Then, the Serena? She looked at Adrian. He looked guilty. What does that mean? The voice immediately said, Nothing. Goodbye.
Click.
Serena slowly lowered the phone. You told your office about me? Not exactly. Then why am I the Serena? Adrian sighed. My assistant saw my calendar. What was on your calendar? He looked away. Lunch with Serena. Her expression softened slightly. You put me on your calendar? After you hired me. Her softness vanished. You're impossible. A knock came at the door. Victor entered. There you are. He looked between them, then at Adrian. Victor's face was different now. He knew. Mr. Cross. Adrian nodded. Victor. Victor immediately straightened his jacket. I apologize. I didn't recognize you earlier. I noticed. Serena hid a smile. Victor continued. My company has actually been trying to secure investment from Cross Meridian. I know. You do. I rejected it. Victor's smile died. Serena coughed to hide a laugh. Victor looked embarrassed. Perhaps we could revisit.
No.
Adrian, Serena whispered. What? That was mean. I said no politely. You didn't say please. Victor's jaw tightened. You find this funny? Serena looked at him. Actually, yes. You always did enjoy embarrassing me. Her smile disappeared. Victor continued. You'll get bored of her, Cross. She likes attention more than commitment. Adrian stood. The room changed. No jokes. No smile. Just quiet authority. You had your chance to know her, Adrian said. You wasted it. Don't confuse your failure with her character.
Victor said nothing.
Adrian opened the door. You should leave. And Victor did. Serena stared at Adrian. That was necessary. She smiled. Necessary. For several seconds, neither spoke. Then Adrian stepped closer. Does that mean touching is permitted? Don't push it. He grinned. They returned to the terrace. But everything had changed. Whispers followed them. People who had ignored Adrian earlier suddenly approached. Bankers, CEOs, investors. One billionaire wanted 5 minutes. Another wanted 2. A third simply wanted Adrian to return his call. Serena watched in amazement. These were men who controlled industries. Yet around Adrian, they became nervous schoolboys. Boss, London needs your approval. Boss, the board is waiting. Boss, can we talk? Mr. Cross, please reconsider. Finally, Serena leaned toward him. Do billionaires ever call you anything except boss? Sometimes. What? Sir. She rolled her eyes. Then an elderly waiter accidentally bumped Serena's shoulder. A tray tilted. A glass of red juice flew directly toward her white dress. Adrian moved quickly.
Splash.
The drink landed all over his expensive white shirt. The terrace went silent. The waiter turned pale. I'm so sorry, sir. Adrian looked at his ruined shirt. Then at the terrified waiter. Are you okay? The waiter blinked. Sir, you nearly slipped. I'm fine. Good. Adrian took a napkin. No problem. The waiter looked close to tears with relief. Serena watched. That moment impressed her more than the $18 billion. More than the watch. More than billionaires calling him boss. Adrian noticed her staring. What? Nothing. That was definitely something. She smiled. I'm beginning to understand why people follow you. He leaned closer. Because I look excellent covered in cranberry juice? Obviously. By 3 o'clock, the luncheon was ending. Bright afternoon sunshine covered the city in gold. Serena and Adrian walked outside. A black limousine waited. Then another. Then another. Serena counted 6 luxury cars. All yours. Unfortunately. Why unfortunately? Because now you know where to find me. She laughed. A driver opened the door. Serena stopped. This is where our arrangement ends. Adrian checked his watch. I believe you hired me for the afternoon. It is afternoon. 3:07. You're arguing over 7 minutes? I take contracts seriously. You run an $18 billion empire. Exactly. Details matter. She smiled, then reached into her purse. Adrian watched curiously. Serena pulled out $400. His jaw dropped. You're actually paying me? A deal is a deal. Serena. She pushed the money into his hand. Don't spend it all in one place. Adrian looked at the bills, then burst out laughing. His driver stared straight ahead, clearly fighting for his life not to laugh too. Serena turned to leave. Wait. She looked back. Adrian walked toward her. I want another job. She raised an eyebrow. I can't afford your normal rates. I'll accept the same. $400? Actually, I was thinking coffee. Serena smiled. Coffee? Tomorrow. Business meeting?
No.
Fake date?
No.
Then what? Adrian suddenly looked less like the billionaire who commanded boardrooms and more like the man who had been caught drinking orange juice from her refrigerator. A real date. Serena considered him. No. Adrian blinked. No. No. This appeared to be a word Adrian Cross rarely heard. His driver suddenly became extremely interested in the sky. Adrian cleared his throat. May I ask why? You're arrogant. Fair. You stole my orange juice. I drank approximately 6 ounces. You let me believe you were a call boy. You were very confident about it. And you have too many cars. I can sell 5. She tried not to laugh. Adrian stepped closer. What if I ask again? You can. Serena Vale, will you have coffee with me tomorrow?
No.
He stared. She walked backward, smiling. Ask me properly. His expression changed. He understood. No billionaire confidence. No commanding tone. No assumption that money opened every door. Adrian walked toward her. Serena. Yes. I had more fun today than I've had in years. She stopped smiling. He continued. Most people meet my bank account before they meet me. You met me with a banana. She laughed. I'd like to know you when neither of us is pretending. No fake boyfriend. No fake call boy. No business. Just coffee. Serena studied him. And you're paying? Absolutely. Good. Is that a yes? It's a maybe. I negotiate maybes for a living. I know. Suddenly Adrian's phone rang. He looked at it. Serena glanced at the screen. Elliot Ward, CEO. She smiled. A billionaire? Yes. Answer it. Adrian did. Hello. A loud voice came through. Boss, where the hell are you? We have 30 people waiting. Adrian looked at Serena. She folded her arms.
Well?
Adrian smiled. Move the meeting. There was stunned silence. To when? Tomorrow. Boss, tomorrow you have Zurich, the finance committee, and move those two. Why? Adrian looked directly into Serena's eyes. Coffee. He ended the call. Serena shook her head. You just moved meetings worth billions for coffee?
No.
Her eyebrows rose.
No.
I moved them for the possibility of coffee. That sounds financially irresponsible. Probably. She laughed. Then Daniel came running from the hotel entrance. Adrian. Both turned. Serena's brother stopped when he saw them together. Oh no. Serena narrowed her eyes. You. Daniel pointed at Adrian. I told you to wait upstairs. I did. You didn't tell Serena who you were? I attempted to. Serena looked at her brother. You gave a strange man access to my apartment. He's not strange. He drank my juice. Daniel stared at Adrian. You drank her orange juice? Adrian nodded. Daniel slowly backed away. You're on your own, buddy. Coward. Daniel disappeared back inside. Serena laughed. Then she noticed Adrian was still holding the $400. You really kept it? Absolutely. What are you going to do with it? Frame it. Why? Adrian looked at the money. Because this might be the first money I've ever earned by doing absolutely nothing. You did something. What? You made Victor jealous. True. You ruined a very expensive shirt. Also true. You protected me. He looked at her. And Serena stepped closer. You made me laugh. For once, Adrian had no clever answer. Serena smiled. Tomorrow. 11:30. Coffee. His face brightened. I'll send a car.
No.
A driver? No. Security?
No.
Helicopter? Adrian. Fine. You're walking. He stared at her. Walking? Yes. Like on the sidewalk? She laughed. 11:30. Then she kissed him quickly on the cheek. Adrian froze. Serena stepped back. He touched his cheek. I thought kissing was prohibited. The contract ended. She turned and walked away. Adrian watched her go. His phone immediately began ringing again. He answered without looking. What? Boss, someone said nervously. We need a decision on the Ellington acquisition. Adrian watched Serena disappear around the corner. Approve it. And the Singapore contract? Reject it. And tomorrow's meetings? Cancel everything before one. There was a pause. May I ask why? Adrian smiled. No. He hung up. Then he looked at the $400 in his hand. For years, people had approached Adrian Cross wanting something. Money, power, investment, access, a favor. Serena had wanted something too. She had wanted a $400 fake boyfriend. And somehow, despite being spectacularly wrong about who he was, She had become the first person in years to make Adrian forget who everyone expected him to be. The next morning, at exactly 11:30, Serena arrived at the cafe. Adrian was already there. No limousine, no security, no billionaire entourage. Just Adrian. And 2 orange juices. Serena stared at the bottles. Seriously? He pushed one toward her. I'm replacing what I stole. That was 1 glass. With interest, she sat down. Across the street, 3 black SUVs were parked badly behind a delivery truck. Serena narrowed her eyes. Adrian. Yes. Are those your security people?
No.
One of the SUVs immediately reversed behind a tree. Serena stared at him. Adrian took a sip of coffee. Coincidence. She laughed. And that was how Serena Vale went from thinking she had hired a call boy to discovering she had accidentally hired one of the richest men in the world for $400. Adrian eventually framed those $400. They hung in his private office beneath a small engraved plaque. His executives assumed it commemorated his first investment, his first company, or perhaps his first million. Only Serena knew the truth. The plaque read, "My most difficult job. Payment, $400. Client satisfaction, still under review." And whenever another billionaire walked into Adrian's office and called him boss, Serena would glance at the frame and smile. Because billionaires could call him whatever they wanted. She would always remember him as the suspicious man in her kitchen, stealing orange juice while being threatened with a banana.